Record. Boom. We are recording, guys. We are recording. All right. So I've got a little presentation for y'all here, but it's pretty straightforward. Before I get started, I just want to make sure that it has its time to connect to the cloud server. It's recording everything, and open it up for a brief Q&A before we get started. Did anybody have any questions?
Not at the moment. Let's get started. Thank you.
Yeah, let's just get started.
Wonderful. Well, for those of you who don't know, my name is Bryce Vance. I'm CEO and founder of Funnel Driven, and we are a specialist firm that recognizes the intent and the reason behind you wanting to go out and thrive, not just survive. As you can see here, our main purpose is we recognize that you were made to thrive, not just survive. And we want to break the mold of people just trying to get by. Now, we do this with a couple things, but consistency is what really conquers complacency here. And through the next few slides, you're going to see quite a few things that are going to unlock some ideas that are caged inside your head right now, as well as some opportunities and some pathways that maybe you haven't considered before. Now, you're different. It's the reason that you're here. You're momentum-based. You are special regardless of what you were told throughout your history. Now, I don't know how many of you are like me, but throughout my life, it's always been the, you can't do that, it's too difficult, what makes you think you're special? And the truth of the matter is we're a 1 in a trillion chance to even survive, be born, exist in the first place. You start out a winner. It's complacency that makes you feel like you're not. So I want you to remember through this entire presentation that you are special and you're momentum based. You'll notice throughout your life and throughout everything that you've gone through to date, in your business, in your love life, in your relationships, in your mentality, that when you've got a consistent state of momentum, when you have progress, when you're moving forward, when you're thriving, you become magnetic. People want to get to know you. They want to talk to you. They want to be part of your business. They want to join your movement. And it's because of that specialty, because you're momentum based, that you're here today. Now, you are the inbound secret. You're going to hear me talk about that a few times. It's a trademark that we use. But what that really means is you. You are the key to your success. You are the key to the secret of unlocking your potential. You're the key to helping bring your mission and vision to fruition. Now, we're your digital business growth solution. We focus on digital marketing, software development, and putting it at your fingertips here at Funnel Driven. We really focus on two things. You've already heard me talk about how you were made to thrive, not just survive. And you've already heard me talk about consistency conquering complacency. But what we focus on to make that happen is behavioral data and artificial intelligence that you can use and understand in a layman's way. So we're not talking about trying to reinvent the wheel here. What we're talking about is you knowing your customer better than them and you providing a service or solution where, when, and how they want to do business and communicate. So who do we help here? Well, it really boils down to services that are tailored for you. And we realize your goals to accomplish your objectives by really just following a methodology here. We're not the company that you're going to go to and have to drop $100,000 on just to be able to put your foot in the door and talk to somebody. We always like to say when you're strapped for cash, looking to grow and need a kickstart, we cover you. And we do this because we create intelligent solutions and really put you as the forefront of it. You hear the term people-centric go in and out of style all the time. It really is kind of the bread and butter of who we are and why we're here, but I'm not going to give you any over-the-counter generic term here. We're the right fit for a lot of people, and that's who we help. You're here today because you feel the same way. So what is an ecosystem, and why is building your ecosystem so important? Well, it's an online ATM. Now, if I was to tell you that if you handed me $1 and I handed you back 2, 10, $50 or $100 every time you did that digitally, so you didn't even have to leave your house, is that something that you would kind of be interested in? I'm sure a lot of you are raising your hand right now or screaming yes. It's because, of course, you want an online ATM. It's the 2020 version of Wall Street or the stock market back in the day. Because if you have an ecosystem, it really can be as easy as clicking a button and quote unquote printing money. So who am I to be able to tell you any of this? Well, like I said at the beginning, my name is Bryce Vance. I'm the founder and CEO of FDLLC. I'm also the founder of 3 other companies and a few pieces of software that are software as a service. Everything from an SEO tool called Overseer to a peer-to-peer program coming out called Borrow. I've built over 1,000 funnels and ecosystems, both for myself and for clients. Generated over $10 million in revenue for my clients through ecosystems, funnels, bots, and more. My clients regularly average 2 times to 168 times return on their ad spend. So you remember that online ATM that I was talking about? My clients regularly give me $1 and I give them between 2 and 168 back, like clockwork. And I happen to be a hired gun for some of the biggest companies in the world, marketing and otherwise. Many of the marketing firms that you may already do business with, I'm the hired gun they use to make sure that you can get the results. Now, I've done a lot of things right in my life. I've also done a lot of things wrong. So throughout my life, we're going to kind of take a step back here. I discovered what I'm teaching you today and going over the hard way. I'm not going to make you do it the hard way. It's cost me money, time, love, freedom, relationships. It's cost me everything you can think of, but I'm going to let you get the fast pass to this, okay? The hard way was really kind of a struggle. Don't let this picture to the left fool you, okay? While he seems happy, much like I was and am today, thankfully, and many of our clients, we were tied to a laptop. There was no freedom. I couldn't go celebrate my birthday. I couldn't go spend time with my family. Half the time, I couldn't even go take lunch. You see, the hard way for me was I was calling a lot of people, and I hate calling people, messaging everybody, asking for referrals, hoping to get any, attempting to do everything myself, pounding the pavement, door knocking, sending letters, going to those networking meetings that never seem to go anywhere, that are at like Starbucks at 7 a.m. This wasn't the right way, and it's definitely not the easy way. Now, the easy way doesn't actually require you to ever cold call, to ever spam anybody. Even better yet, you don't even have to sell something yourself. So a lot of you may be worried, well, I'm not a good salesman, or maybe I'm not the best party for this. That's the good news. You don't actually have to sell yourself. In the past year, we've helped dozens of clients from every walk of life. Contractors, real estate agents, insurance professionals, chiropractors, doctors, lawyers, even other marketing companies hit 6 figures, 7 figures, and more in additional revenue through our ecosystems. Our clients didn't have to work more. They didn't have to cold call. They didn't have to spam ever. And in fact, my companies alone have been producing high 6 and 7 figures with me not working full time. And here's the best part, never cold calling or spamming either. I've never had to wake up on a Tuesday, pull up a Yellow Pages, and start just pounding the phone or spamming people, hoping to get some kind of return there. Now, I do have a disclosure for a lot of you guys. You've probably seen webinars before. You've probably been invited to this type of presentation before. You've probably heard some of my competitors talking about something that may sound similar, but I encourage you it's not. So I do need to make sure that you guys are aware of this. The results of my companies and our clients are not typical, and the average person that participates in a webinar does not take action. So I have 2 questions for you. Are you that average person? or are you extraordinary? We're going to cover 3 secrets here briefly. If you're still with me right now, that means you chose to be extraordinary, and I applaud you for staying here. You'll see a small little typo that I've got on here. It should say secret 1, 2, and 3. It just says secret 1, 1, 1. We're going to play with that. They're all the first secret, but there are 3 of them. Okay. Now, the first one, for any ecosystem to work, your ecosystem, what you're here for, it's predictable, it's consistent, and it brings in a flow of consistent new prospects. The second secret, it's scalable and automatic. It grows, allowing you to free up more time and grow personally and professionally. And last but not least, it only needs a little bit of a budget to make a lot of return on your investment. I'm not talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not even talking tens of thousands of dollars for a budget that you necessarily need to make an ecosystem work. So are you ready for success? Are you sitting here today just hoping that you can get started, just waiting for this to wrap up so that you can get an ecosystem for yourself, or maybe tune up your existing ecosystem? If you're anything like me, then you are. So it's predictable, right? Let's play with some numbers here. You buy a list of 1,000 people per se. You have a cold caller, call them without any warming up, without any ecosystem in place. Maybe half of them answer. If we're being honest, anywhere close to that's generous. Let's say that you have 100 conversations. 10 people agree to meet up or ask for more information. That's only a 1% conversion rate. But with an ecosystem in place and funnel driven by your side to help you get more results, let's use real life numbers here for a second. With an ecosystem, approximately 84% of people answer and communicate. That means out of the same 1,000 people, 843 subscribers decided to communicate and answer right away. Now, approximately 28% click through after an opt-in online and book a call. So now you're looking at roughly 239 people as an average, and it follows the 30-30-30 breakdown. So you're looking at about 30% that kind of trickle off, 30% that aren't ready today but are soon, and then about 30% that are ready to pull the trigger right now. Now here's the best part. Let's assume that you get an average close rate of 18%. That's 1% shy of the international average close rate for industrial and marketing businesses, which is 19. That means for the 1,000 people that you've contacted that have gone through the ecosystem, you're going to get 43 sales from the same 1,000 people. You've completely changed the game here, and your conversion immediately went up 43-fold. So what sounds better to you? 1 sale or 43 sales? If you're looking for scale and automation, I think you know the answer to that. So you'll look around, you're going to notice more and more businesses. So what do? By default, most of you go, let's call more people when you need more business. Go to a networking event when you need more business. Can you do the math on those? Can you really understand the conversion, the consistent mathematical formula so you can scale those? Probably not. In most cases, not really well at all. One day you could have 1% of the people answer. Other you could have 0 or 10. One day you could meet 10 people. The other you could meet 0. You see, no more do you have to settle for not knowing your numbers, for not knowing if you can scale. Ecosystems, you use data, specifically behavioral data, emotional data, and analytics of your clients to get your results where you want them. Remember, if you can track it, you can improve it. Now, there's this conversation that goes a little versus a lot that all of us talk about here. Now, you've always heard content is king, right? Well, when it comes to ecosystems, traffic is queen, content is king. What I mean by this is something that we call the Tony Robbins syndrome. We make you a bigger influence in your space to your ideal clients everywhere. This is what's called omnipresence. You may have heard that term before. But this is why ecosystems with telesales can take you from drab to fab and help you take only a small amount of traffic and capitalize on it just like you had a ton of traffic. You see, with an ecosystem, it's not you versus your competitor that's taking all of your business. It's you versus you. Your data and your scale are really determined by the influence and the help and value that you're offering your ideal clients. Your competition no longer really is a concern. Let's take a look at a couple case studies to kind of give you a bigger picture on this. So this one's for Dan. He's a loan officer. Funnel Driven and our partners, we were able to help Dan and many others just like Dan change the game. You see, Dan, he was paying an average of about $70 per lead with ZMG. For those of you who are familiar, it's Zillow's mortgage and leads division that they help real estate agents and mortgage officers, quote unquote, get leads. But this means for every $7,000 in leads, $7,000 spent that Dan pulled out of his pocket, he got approximately 100 leads. Now, going through his data before he came to us, because we wanted to review to make sure he was the right fit, only about 14 of them would ever respond. Maybe 2 would go through an application. You see, Dan was kind of just backpedaling a bicycle for years. He was buying 100 leads at a time, spending $7,000, maybe 2 would go to application. He would either break even or lose money. Dan decided that he was no longer going to be average. He was going to be extraordinary. Dan's now generating highly targeted VA qualified leads at under $4 a piece. And better yet, with his ecosystem, his response rate is now 48%, and he's closing approximately 15% to 18% of these. Closing, not just going through an application, actually closing the deal. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, maybe this only works in America. Maybe this only works in Australia. I can tell you that these 6 geographic areas, North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, all of these 6 are our primary areas of expertise because the market has proven that they want to do business in a more efficient, more time-sensitive, and more customer-centric way. You no longer have to operate like it's 1952 because we live in a world where your online ATM not only prints you money, but prints results and gives service and product to your customers who need it most worldwide. Now, there's a lot of topics of concern. A few of you have asked over the last few presentations we've done a few of these questions. What was it that we could make sure that our voice resonated? How could this help us blow up our sales? Do we need books and articles? Can they work for those? What's kind of the alert system or what lets us know that it's working? So I'm going to cover a few of these for you right now. We're going to go left to right. So if you're following along, which I hope you are, just make sure that you throw a 1 in the chat or just keep attention here. Now, alerts of growth in leads, appointments, and more all come through on demand. So when Susie sees your ecosystem, knows they want to do business with you, interacts with your ad, you immediately get notified, as well as whoever your key employees are, and Susie gets notified immediately as well, so that there's always a consistent communication stream. Now, this is built to be your voice. The intellectual property speaks in your voice to your clients. This is important because it has to resonate with your mission, your vision, and it really has to resonate with how your clients know you. It can't be somebody else's voice talking on your behalf. It has to be your voice resonating your message, helping your clients. Because it is your voice, this helps you blow up your sales. You see, it's a modern one-stop shop for helping you close more business. The end-to-end solution here helps you identify, capture, convert, retain, and resell your customers into lifetime clients and have all the data to scale. You're no longer going to wonder if you're profitable. You're no longer going to have to wonder if you have market share. You're no longer going to have to wonder about the ifs, ands, or buts. Now, a lot of this comes into, well, how do our clients hear about us? You heard me earlier say ecosystems and content. Well, content is king. Content on demand at your fingertips is king. A lot of you have gone through this crazy game of Jumanji that we're calling 2020. And it's hit a lot of people differently. But the one thing that reigns true is content is leading the industries. You see, the majority of luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Ferrari, Porsche, even some non-luxury brands, Barnes & Noble, some Dairy Queen, have had bankruptcies, Chapter 7s, financial distress, or they've had to close locations because they weren't customer-centric, they weren't operating an ecosystem, and they weren't putting out content when and where their ideal clients want to consume it. A lot of you here probably have social media. You probably have an email account. You probably use Google every day of your life, and you probably have smartphones. Every single one of those is a contact point where your consumers want to be contacted. You see, we live in a world today where we see 5,000 to 10,000 ads a day. We're inundated with information, and the only thing that ever captures our attention is content. Netflix is content. YouTube is content. Facebook groups and Facebook Live is content. You'll notice that the businesses and industries that are leading today, that are thriving during a global pandemic, are the very same businesses that are operating content and positioning value forward to help their consumer. Like many of you, I'm sure you share this belief. I'm a big believer in you are paid in proportion to the size and volume of problems you solve for other people through your product and service. So why not share that message? Why not share those testimonies? Why not share that content on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google, over the phone, through Messenger, everywhere that your consumers want to be communicated with so they can do business with you when and where and how they want to. This gives you control over the gears. You can control your growth, you can control the gears of your growth, and you can move them at your speed. If you need to scale, you can just turn it on faster, hit the throttle. If you need to pull back a little bit and coast, you can just let off of the throttle. You see, you've got full control with these ecosystems, and the telesales helps you manage and maintain that scale. Now, I mentioned books and articles earlier. This does work as a couple different sets. You'll also notice a pretty big trend here. You've probably purchased some of these, seen some of these, engaged in some of these. Maybe it's how you got here to begin with. Utilizing a lead magnet, a giveaway, author sales systems, books, articles, information, some kind of tangible value is a really good way for you to penetrate a market. Maybe you're in, or maybe you're just starting to get. Now, that doesn't mean it's the only thing it's good for. At the beginning of this presentation, I mentioned contractors, mom and pop stores, jewelers, automotive sales, mortgage professionals like Dan. You see, these end-to-end solutions work for you. They work for everyone. It's just your voice that needs to be resonated through these topics of concern. Now, here's some average figures that I want you guys to remember. 50% of your competition has not caught up to the future. You being here today, learning about the ecosystem, learning about what technology can do for you and with you, puts you ahead of the game of all of your competition. It puts you 50% ahead of 50% of your competition and 100% of your audience. Utilizing this learning, these teachings, these ecosystems, these end-to-end solutions are going to give you approximately 70% more opportunity. You see, on average, you're going to gain 67 to 75% more engagement and traffic from omnipresent ecosystems than any other traditional marketing campaign in recorded history. An average breakdown of our current clients over the last 24 months shows that our average client closes between 18 and 67% of opportunities driven by their ecosystem. Clients are getting an ROI within 90 days. 90 days, that's 3 months where they get a positive return on investment, where every other traditional marketing system, from mailers to phone calls to pounding the pavement to BNI to networking groups and above, on average take 12 months to see return. With us, 80% average a return within 90 days or less. So who are we? Well, you already know who I am, but let me introduce you to a couple other key roles in your team that's going to help you thrive, not just survive. There's me, Bryce Vance. I'm the CEO of Funnel Driven, The Inbound Secret, Social Media, Chimera Marketing, Chimera Developments, and a few JVs. There's Josh Knight. He's our operations head in communications biz development. There's Chris Ismail. He's our telecommunications specialist, head of telecommunications and telesales. And then there's our whole team, our designers, our developments of apps, our ecosystems, our content, our graphics, our results, working together for you. So what's the timeline, you're probably wondering? Well, here's a few expectations. After this webinar, many of you are going to want to take advantage of this opportunity. You're going to onboard with us with personalized onboarding documentation to get unique selling positions for you and your ideal client avatar. From there, we go to development. This is where we actually construct your ecosystem and process and content specifically for you, your mission, and your vision. This lets us take approximately 14 days of your precious time to develop the perfect online ATM for you. Results start to begin on the 15th day, and they scale according to your data, the data that you already have, the data that we help you gather, and the time that you're running this ecosystem. And then we go to the scale and growth. You go from 2 times return on ad spend to 168 times return on ad spend, and potentially more through scale. This is your 90th day forward. Remember, the longer this ecosystem, this end-to-end solution is going, the better it operates. Think of it as a fine wine. The longer it ages, the better it gets. So what are you going to get? You're going to get the setup of your 2-step funnel, a $1,497 value. You're going to get the setup of your chatbots, your autoresponders, your ads, your tracking, your data, your search engine optimization, a $2,997 value. You're going to get your website repaired, fix all of the breaks on the online presence, a new website in place to make sure that your online presence is in tip-top shape, a $3,500 value. We're going to set up your listings and your omnipresent social media, a $997 value. We're going to set you up with telesales and telemarketing follow-up, a $2,000 value. You're going to get a custom digital video sales letter, a content calendar for 2 years for $1,997 value. You're going to get access to our exclusive Inbound Secret group of trainings, a $997 value. And you're going to have an optional addition for monthly ongoing support, which is a $1,497 per month value. Over a year, the value of what you get here is $31,949. Now, a lot of you probably just saw some big numbers and you're like, well, that seems like crazy. That seems crazy. Who wants to see some testimonials? I know I like them. So here's just a few of our tops. We're talking about 307,000 views that you can see. We're talking 1,119,000 sessions, page views, organic and returning new visitors, a low bounce rate, good page view association, direct discovery and branded. We're talking 91.6% more clients through discovery. We're talking an average cost per click of 11 cents or less. $1.78 for leads coming in like clockwork. Facebook leads coming in for $31, for $26. Results starting day one. 1,131 website leads coming in at $2 a piece for a client. Leads coming in for $9.48 for an exclusive offer. Website leads coming in at $4.45 on day one. Facebook leads coming in at $5.89. All of these running through ecosystems, end-to-end solution backed with the telesales. Solar leads coming in, real estate leads coming in, credit desk leads coming in, SBA and term loan prep leads coming in. Now, it's all good to see the numbers, but why not take a listen to some client testimonials?
Hi, my name is Pedro Meneses, and I just want to say thank you to Bryce and to the entire team of Funnel Driven for being such a great company and for the great service you guys have provided me to me and my company. I couldn't be more happy, and I'm very, very satisfied with your services and your expertise and your experience. Definitely, you guys know exactly what you're doing, and I don't know what I would be doing right now with all my marketing efforts if it was not for you guys. So thank you so much for everything you have done for me. And if you're watching this, if you're looking for a company that can help you with all your marketing efforts, with all your lead generation and all your sales funnels and all those systems you need to have in place to attract more people to your business, don't look forward, because this is the team you need on your side. They know exactly what they're doing. They have experts, and they can definitely help you take your business to the next level. Bye.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Garza. I am a business owner here in Boise, Idaho, and I just want to give a quick shout out to Bryce over at Funnel Driven LLC. And him and I were on the phone for the last couple of days, actually, just working on a couple of things and figuring some stuff out. This guy knows his stuff. Listen, I thought that I was somewhat proficient in advertising, and this guy has opened up a whole new world to me. I'm excited to start working with Bryce, and I strongly recommend him.
Hello, this is Coach Deanna. I wanted to do a quick testimonial for Bryce Vance and Funnel Driven LLC. I work with those guys personally. Bryce in particular and his team came out, filmed video for me, helped me build my course, put it online, did lead generation. They're outstanding. Even in my content that needed to be developed for my course, he helped me out. He's been a great resource to me personally in refining my message and fine-tuning, my coaching business. My business relies on new clientele. Bryce and his company took all the stuff that I don't understand on the coding side and all the online stuff and packaged it all together, did a great job, got my course up and running, great content, helped me out in so many ways. I'm very grateful, wanted to say thank you. I would recommend him highly to anybody who wants to get started, anybody who's in business and wants to, kind of kick it into high gear. He's been outstanding, and I'm grateful for having him on my team. Thank you.
Hey guys, down here, just a big shout out to Bryce Vance from Funnel Driven. I've been working with him quite a while now. He's helped me out with my digital agency and also put out products on marketing and everything. So if you don't know who he is or if you heard of him, reach out to him. He can definitely help you out, give you a free strategy call. If you're even on the fence on who to hire about helping out with your marketing, definitely give Bryce give him a call, look him up on Facebook, whatever. But this is Matt, and I'm definitely giving a shout out to him. Thanks, Bryce. Have a good one.
Hey guys, just wanted to take this opportunity to do a quick video testimonial from my boy Bryce Vance and Funnel Driven LLC. My name is Josh Minico. I'm an agent with eXp Realty here in South Carolina, and Bryce and his team have done so much to help me scale my business. I couldn't even imagine where my business would be without him and his company. Not only do they have the knowledge and the expertise to set up marketing systems for your business, whether you're in real estate like myself or you're in mortgages as a loan officer, if you do roofing, solar, car sales, you name it. If you're in sales, you need leads, right? If you're like me too, you've worked with other marketing companies or systems in the past. Maybe you've tried to do marketing yourself, like I have. The time that it takes to do it yourself and try to do your sales, there's just not enough time in the day sometimes, right? And then other marketing agencies, they promise the world and then they just don't deliver, right? I've experienced all of that. Bryce and his team have not only delivered on their promises, but they definitely care about you as an individual. They care about whether your business succeeds or not. So give Bryce and his team over at Funnel Driven LLC a call. They'll give you the steps that you need to take to reach your goals for 2020, especially for right now, so many concerns about COVID and all of this quarantine, all this uncertainty that people have. Right now is the time to get those systems in place because there are so many people online right now. Right now is the time to take advantage of getting these systems in place so that you can get your business in front of the most people so that you can add value to people in your marketplace. So give Bryce Vance a call, you won't regret it.
Hello, I'm Burton Hughes with Newview Roofing here in Dallas, Texas. And just recently started working with Funnels Driven LLC Digital Marketing with Bryce. And just wanted to let you know, after 2 weeks, I just beat my second deal. And I have another inspection that I'm getting ready to go and take a look at right now that I just took on a call. So needless to say that the phone's ringing, we're already getting the emails, and we're only 2 weeks in. I think realistically we're under $500 in ad spend, so I'm not talking a whole lot of money spent up front, and it's already, I think $175 in ad spend, and I'm probably looking at, I don't know, $10,000 to $12,000 roughly in commissions already. So whatever that multiplier is, I'm sure you can do the math and figure that one out. It's a good deal. So just want to let you know we're 2 weeks in. It's going great. Can't wait to do another one of these in a month because I want to do one now, halfway through, a month from now, 6 months from now. And I've been beyond amazed. It's making my other marketing company look bad, so I'm going to have a talk with them next week. So it may be bad for them, but just want to let you know, Funnels Driven LLC marketing, amazing. Bryce, take care of you. A lot more thorough. A lot of times they spend a little bit more time coaching me through some of the different options, but definitely money well spent, and it should start paying off almost immediately. Thanks again. I can't wait to make another one of these videos.
Hey, a big shout out to Bryce. I need to set up a funnel, and I contacted him, and he helped me set it up. He's got a lot of knowledge in building funnels and the sales psychology side of it as well, as far as marketing copy as well. So if you need help, check out Bryce. He knows what he's doing.
So as you can see, you don't have to take my word for the power of ecosystems, for the power of what we do at Funnel Driven LLC, for the inbound secret that you are instrumental in, for the telesales, for the entire encompassed reality of how business can be done, of how your online ATM can help you thrive, not just survive. Now, I had two choices when putting this together for you guys. You see, the first option, I could have gone as cheap as possible, tried to sell as many of these as possible. Let's be honest, it wouldn't have incentivized me or my team to really stack the value. You would have just gotten basic items, not a ton of attention. You wouldn't have been able to have access to our telesales rock stars. You wouldn't have had access to cloud services. You wouldn't have had on-demand support. And I know that's why you guys are here. You see, I went with option 2. This requires a little bit higher of an investment. However, in exchange, I can devote more resources, more time, give you more value, add more product, and even more items, services, one-on-one relationships, contact points to guarantee your success. You see, with option 2, you get advanced options. You get telesales and telecommunications. You get mentorship and content. You get omnipresence. You get tech support. You get direct contact to my team. You get everything you need to guarantee your success and to give you the highest opportunity to get the biggest return. We're all about vision and strategy here, like I know a lot of you are. That's why you're here in the first place. You see, you're going to get 24/7 based online omnipresence. You can simply impress your audience and add a unique zing and appeal online when and where they want to see you. You get the 4 pillars of growth: to identify your ideal client, to capture their attention, to convert that attention to prospects, and then retain them as clients and referral partners. You get attractive, irresistible content using the 4 U's of underwriting, making it unique, ultra specific to your client's desire, solving pain points urgently and being useful to them and you. You get the full behind the scenes inbound method. No longer will you have to rely on outbound and outdated methods. You're going to be at the forefront of your industry, leading the pack using inbound technology. And you're going to get a strong signal of growth, taking in all of our expertise, combining it with all of your expertise to help you leave a legacy and grow, not just survive. You see, in this market, there's really 3 to 4 different categories to focus on. We focus on both the short and the long. You see, only 5% of a market's ever ready to purchase today. That's to get you instant results. 45% of the market's ready in 90 days. That's engaging and captivating with retargeting, remarketing, automation, artificial intelligence, identity resolution, knowing who, what, where, when, and why to have your ideal client avatar buy when they're ready from you. 40% of them may not be ready for over a year, but we're going to keep nurturing them and digitally door knocking, being everywhere at all times in the eyes and ears of your clients to convert them down the road. They're going to know, like, and trust you when they're ready, and they're going to come to you. And then the approximate 10% left that are never going to be ready, you see, we're going to leverage your online omnipresence. We're going to leverage the inbound method. We're going to create the Tony Robbins effect, so even your haters know you and become fans, for the lack of a better term. You see, Grant Cardone once said, "Show me a man with 1 million haters and I'll show you the richest man on the world." The reason why that resonates is because even your haters spread the message about you. It's publicity. We're going to focus on the 5% for now, the 45% for 90 days, the 40% for over a year, and the 10% to just keep your message going. So if all this did was finally make your business profitable, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you the kick in the butt to get growing, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you the ability to control your future, would it be worth it? And finally, would it be worth it if all this did was help you be free from the grind and actually grow? Would it be worth living the life you dreamed of, helping the people that you want to help, and leaving a legacy? What's one client worth to you? One sale? Selling cars commissions about $250. Selling homes could be thousands. Maybe a few sales are what you need. Add a few extra sales a month, a week, maybe a day. Maybe a dozen sales. Maybe that's your goal. What about a few dozen sales on autopilot? I bet you can imagine that. Let's say you sell low-ticket items like e-com or food. Get thousands of new orders on demand with the click of a button. Be able to push a button and print money from an online ATM because you know the data, you know the numbers, you know how many people are going to take advantage of that offer, that promotion. Maybe you sell high-ticket offers. What would an extra $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 or more working less mean to you? You see, the highway to your heaven is paved right in front of you. The technology exists. Your online ATM is ready to be turned on. So why take the stairs? You can see why others are paying $30,000 up to $120,000 to set this up. If you were to bring in just 10 more prospects a week that resulted in only one-time sale, that's an extra 52 sales on autopilot for you not having to do any more work. Would that be worth a one-time payment of $10,000? The average realtor makes $5,000 commission from one sale. That means in as little as one sale, everything turns profit. What could you do with more profit? You can see why it's a good deal at $10,000. This is actively being sold today, a la carte, for $14,000 for all of the items you've seen today, plus the monthly. But because you're here today, because you're special, because you are the inbound secret, you can get started right now, today, for $8,000. All you have to do is go to www.followupwealth.com, fill out the form, submit it, and you can get started right now. Now, you have two choices. Your first choice, you can do nothing. You cannot take this leap of faith, which is risk-free, mind you. You can continue the path that you're on. You can continue surviving. Or your second option is you can pony up this small investment today compared to all the value that you're going to get in return and give it a shot. Take the leap of faith. If it works, great. If not, and let me just remind you, it always works if you work. Just ask for your money back and we'll work with you. Remember, were you made to thrive or survive? Are you average or are you extraordinary? So the real question comes, is it worth gambling a few minutes to check this out? Which if it does, even half of what I've claimed today, even half of what the testimonies you saw state we do, and it pays for itself 2 times, 5 times or more on autopilot from your first set of results and multiplies from there, is it worth gambling? If so, if you agree like I believe you do, click the button below to sign up and start today. Or just go to www.followupwealth.com. Now, we've all had other opportunities. They can take dozens of calls, hundreds of hours, tons of stress to get going. This isn't another opportunity. You see, this is the opportunity. With this, you get results from day one of launch. I'm not talking 12 months down the road. 80% of the time, it's less than 90 days. I'm talking results on day one of launch. Go to www.followupwealth.com today to get your ecosystem, your end-to-end solution, your telesales, and start thriving, not just surviving. I'm going to tell you a tale of 2 people. And you tell me which one you are. You see, person 1 does nothing. They spent the time to invest in themselves to be here today, but they do nothing. They wonder what went wrong, why they're not gaining market share, why COVID came and kicked the crap out of their business, why new customers aren't lining up for their service and their product. They wonder what's going wrong and why they can't seem to get ahead. They wonder why every day feels like they're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. They're average. Person 2, they reap the rewards. They take action now. They follow the abundance mentality. They know that they're made for greatness. You see, they watched this webinar. They go to www.followupwealth.com. They fill out the form and they purchase today because they know what it takes and they take action and they reap the rewards for it. They're extraordinary. Which one are you? Let me remind you, if you're extraordinary, what you're going to get. You're going to get the setup of your 2-step funnel, which is a $14.97 value. You're going to get the setup of your chatbots, autoresponders, ads, tracking, data, search engine optimization, which is a $2,997 value. We're going to fix your website and give you a website to replace any issues so that you've got a wide, beautiful online footprint that is SEO friendly, a $3,500 value. We're going to set up your listings in 30 to 60 listings and directories. We're going to create omnipresent social media so that you are everywhere on the internet at all times where your ideal clients want to do business with you, a $997 value. We're going to get you set up with telesales and telemarketing so that you've got consistent, immediate follow-up and the sales metrics and staffing to make sure that you're converting all of these opportunities and leads into actual clients, a $2,000 value. You're going to get a custom digital video sales letter and a custom content calendar for 24 months that is going to run on autopilot to inundate and educate and provide value to your ideal clients, a $1,997 value. You're going to get the Inbound Secret group of trainings so that you can train virtual calls, you can train virtual closers, you can train mindset, you can get the abundance, you can get where you want to go, both in your headspace and in reality, a $997 value. And you're going to get the optional monthly ongoing support, which is $1,497 value. In total, you're getting $31,949 worth of value here. And let me remind you, if you get started now, it's only $8,000. For a system that's actively being sold a la carte for over $14,000 and $31,000 for the year, you get for $8,000 today because you are the Inbound Secret. Make sure that you go to www.followupwealth.com to get started today. I'm going to make it even sweeter for you, though. The first 10 people to take advantage of this are going to get an additional bonus. You're going to get 1 week of one-on-one calls with me personally, Bryce, which is valued at $250 an hour. You're going to get one total week of that. So that not only do you have all of the done for you and done with you solutions, but I will personally be your angel on your shoulder, walking you, guiding you, helping you take advantage of all this, and plugging all the holes in your ship. The first 10 people only get this additional bonus. So make sure that you're one of the first 10 at www.followupwealth.com. Only $8,000 today. Make sure that you take advantage of this. Remember, www.followupwealth.com. But wait, there's more, like Billy Mays used to say. The first 5 people, I'm going to give an additional bonus to. So in addition to everything that I just outlined, the $31,000 worth of value and the week directly with me, I'm going to give the first 5 people a press release done for you and published through PR Newswire on at least 30 of the leading national publications for your industry. Guaranteed press coverage. Absolutely guaranteed press coverage. A service that we regularly charge $600 and up for just a singular press release, I'm going to give absolutely free to you guys to start your press tour. Remember, only the first 5 people get this, so go to www.followupwealth.com. Take action now. You're here. You've proven that you're extraordinary. You're not average. Let's take that leap of faith together. Go to www.followupwealth.com.